Welcome to Health News and Views, a podcast dedicated to bringing some clarity to the health disparities in the Black and Brown communities. If you believe there's a connection between food, sickness, and health, then you're in the right place. Let's begin the process of unraveling the truth. And now, your host, Lynn Pete.
Well, greetings and welcome back to another episode of Health News and Views, Food, the Final Frontier. Hi, I'm your host, Lynn Pete. Well, today and in this episode, we will take a look at the facts, the fads, and the future of health. And today we're diving into how cutting-edge medical technology is helping us to stay ahead, at least a step ahead of some silent killers like diabetes, hypertension, and heart disease, and why the real power still lies on our plate and not on our prescription bottle. We'll call this episode Tech and Taters, and we'll discover how gadgets and greens are saving lives. But first, our disclaimer that the subject matter provided in this podcast or any of our other published documents is for informational purposes only. Food, the Final Frontier, and our partner, Health News and Views, we do not attempt to treat, diagnose, or cure any disease or condition. You should always check with your healthcare provider before making any lifestyle, dietary, or prescription drug changes. Now, have you heard an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure? Thanks, Benjamin Franklin, for that quote. And I'm sure you've heard someone say that before. And it's generally during a time of strife or grief. Boy, sure wish we had seen this coming, because maybe the outcome would have been different if we just knew ahead of time. There's so much information out there. There's medical technology that was there to help us. Let's take that same focus and place it squarely on our own shoulders as it relates to our health. And through medical technology, they're certainly providing some tools that we can use like right now. So let's get started. You know, smart tech is designed to make you smarter. There's new wearable tech that isn't just for counting steps anymore. I got that on my wrist right now. I love this thing. And devices like, have you heard of the CGM? That is a continuous glucose monitor. What it does is it actually measures your low blood sugar levels and your high blood sugar levels, which can alert you with alarms and vibrations to enable you to take prompt action to prevent complications. And that's for people who really have an issue with the ups and downs of blood sugar detection. What about Lumen? Have you heard of Lumen? This is a handheld device that you blow into. And this handheld device actually measures your metabolism in real time. And what it does, it analyzes your breath, your dioxide. Carbon dioxide is when you breathe out. And what this unit is able to do, it can let you know if your body activity is actually burning fats or burning carbs, and how to optimize your activity to get the positive results that you want just by breathing into a unit. Now, we know that Fitbit and Apple Watches also can monitor blood sugar, oxygen saturation, sleep quality, stress, and even a heart rate variability in real time. And through a use of sensors and algorithms and data processing to track your activity, they rely on accelerometers to detect movement, heart rate, sensors, and to measure intensity, and GPS to track your location and distance. And this data is then processed and displayed through your respective apps, like on the screen on your telephone. It tells you exactly what's going on inside, providing with insights into your daily activity, workouts, and even sleep patterns. Well, this means that people can now see how certain meals spike your glucose and how that late night snack may disrupt your sleep, or how stress affects your blood pressure. Take this for example. And I gave this and I thought it was really good, but I have one of my own too. A teacher in her 50s discovered through her smartwatch that her blood pressure shot up every morning. So now what she does, she meditates for 10 minutes before going to work without medication. Get that? Meditate before you medicate? These insights help catch problems before they require a prescription. Metabolic dysfunction. This is the root of the many evils that we find ourselves in the Black and Brown community, most especially, and that's pre-diabetes, and it's high blood pressure and fatty liver, PCOS, and even some types of cancer stem from metabolic imbalances. And sadly, most traditional care waits for symptoms to become diseases. Who needs that? Metabolic health isn't just about your weight, by the way. It's about how well your body uses energy. We don't usually wait for the car engine to break down before we actually do something. We monitor with oil and brakes and engine light. And why don't we do the same for our bodies? A previous episode we talked about, is your check engine light on? And before you pop the next pill or ignore the next symptom, ask yourself, what's my body really trying to tell me? And how can I respond with real food, real time, insight instead of reactive prescriptions? Food as a preventative medicine can also help too. The tech helps to track, but the food is the front line for defense. Whole foods and fiber, phytonutrients, antioxidants, and healthy fats can reduce inflammation, stabilize your blood sugar, and lower your blood pressure. I heard a quote from years ago from Dr. Clapper. He's an integrative physician, also a vegan. He says, your genes may have loaded the gun. That means you are predisposed to having certain ailments and conditions through your family lineage. But your diet pulled the trigger. So if we, in fact, are the victims of our family history, we can also be the victors of our outcomes and circumstances. Here are some top foods for prevention. Did you know that berries actually fight oxidative stress and improve your blood vessel health? And actually that means giving more flexibility to your arteries to keep them from being less stiff. And that leafy greens actually lower your blood pressure, are rich in magnesium. And beans and legumes actually slow the release of carbs and protein and fiber. Fatty fish is for your heart and your brain. Nuts and seeds, we need those for healthy fats to reduce inflammation. Cruciferous vegetables like broccoli may help to detoxify the body too. Did you know also that 70% of Earth's chronic diseases are preventable through diet and lifestyle, according to the CDC in an article of 2023. Don't get caught up in this trap of prescription drug symptoms management. You hear that? I'm going to say it again. The trap of prescription drug symptom management. The health industry excels at symptom suppression, not the root cause resolution, but symptom suppression. Blood pressure meds, cholesterol meds, acid reflux drugs often are long-time it's a long-time maintenance plan. And these aren't cures, they're just a maintenance plan for a broken system. Remember, high blood pressure is not the problem. That's a symptom of a bigger problem. The elevated sugar levels or blood sugar levels, that's not the problem. That is actually a symptom. And you can't medicate yourself out of a disease that you behaved yourself into. We all are guilty of that. But we can eat our way into remission. How about that? So, we're not anti-medicine by any stretch of the imagination. We're just pro-prevention. And pairing medical tech with a metabolic literacy and a nutrient-dense food, that's how we're going to change this game. So data and diet is our defense. Before you pop the next pill or ignore the next symptom, ask yourself again, what is my body really trying to tell me? Until next time, keep walking in wisdom and eating with intention. This is Food, the Final Frontier, saying make it a powerful day. Share the information and do come back. It's always a pleasure to have you. Take care. Peace.